program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
CBS presents this program in color. This is an ABC color presentation.
It's the Windham Chamber Singers Maine Family Holiday, starring the Windham Chamber Singers. With special guests Travis James Humphrey, Elizabeth Marshall, the Maine State Ballet, Noel Paul Stuckey, Ashley Liberty and Daniel Strange, Robin Herder and Clyde Ells, and your host, Kim Block. And now, here's the conductor of the Windham Chamber Singers, Richard Nickerson.
Good evening, and welcome to A Maine Family Holiday. In 1997, we were about to go into the studio to record our Inspired album, when our producer Roy Clark approached me with an idea. He wanted to record a new piece in a very different way. We would teach the parts just a few measures at a time and then record those passages. He then took those sections and, like putting together a puzzle, he created a piece of music. Fast forward 23 years, and we find ourselves using the same technique to put together an entire concert. To say that this year has been a struggle would be an understatement. We were able to meet in person for a very brief time last fall. Exercising proper protocol, we sang outdoors on the baseball field, masked and 14 feet apart. Since then, our rehearsals have been very different, as we rehearse virtually. It isn't easy. Tonight represents the culmination of many months of hard work and collaboration. Tonight's concert is free. However, if you would like to make a donation to the Windham Chamber Singers, we have set up a GoFundMe as well as a Venmo account. You can also visit our website for more information. The American Family Holiday Concerts are our only fundraiser, which, like so many things, we are losing this year. In a year that has been so difficult, I invite you to sit back and enjoy the sights and sounds of the season as we celebrate not only the holidays, but the bicentennial of the great state of Maine. Welcome to A Maine Family Holiday, where anything is possible.
Ding, ding dong, merrily ding dong. Ding dong, merrily ding, merrily ding dong, merrily ding dong, ding ding dong, ding merrily ding dong, merrily ding dong, ding dong, merrily ding dong, merrily ding dong, ding 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 dong, ding dong, merrily on in heaven the bells are ringing, ding dong, merrily the song is ringing with angels singing. Gloria, Hosanna in the highest. Gloria in gloria.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Kim Block. You didn't think I was going to miss a chance to help MC a Windham Chamber Singers holiday concert, did you? I'm so glad to be able to be here virtually, if not in person, and that my good friend Dr. Rick Nickerson had this beautiful vision to bring us all together for this wonderful tradition. Welcome to my living room. I hope you're all cozy and comfortable in yours, and I know you're going to enjoy a very, very special concert, as it is every year. It's all about community, and I know you're going to feel the togetherness by the time we're done this evening. I'm very excited about some of the special guests you'll see this evening, and in particular, these first two. I mean, it wouldn't be a Windham Chamber Singers holiday concert without them. They were together this summer here in Maine in Long Lake and created this beautiful piece of music for us. Please welcome, at the piano, Daniel Strange, and his beautiful wife at the violin, Ashley Liberty. We're not the only ones who have had to come up with some different ways of presenting some of our holiday traditions this year. As you know, Maine State Ballet fills Merrill Auditorium every year for several weekends with their beautiful version of the Nutcracker. Well, they couldn't be at Merrill this year, but they have made a beautiful movie of the Nutcracker called Behind the Mask, and you can watch it on their website. I hope you will. In the meantime, they're here with us. Please welcome Maine State Ballet for their beautiful Maine Winter Dance.
So when I was asked to think about Christmas time in Maine, the first thing that came into my head was the cold. I grew up in northern Maine in Presque Isle, And one of the traditions in my town is we had these things called luminaries. They were these little white paper bags filled with sand, and there was a candle shoved into the sand. And just about everybody in town would line the snowbanks along their driveway and the snowbanks along their part of the street that they lived on with these little bags of sand and candle that would become luminaries when the candles were lit. It was my brothers, and my brother and I were tasked with lighting these candles. And let me tell you something, lighting candles that are perched on snowbanks in below zero weather when it's really windy and sometimes snowing, not fun. Wasn't my favorite pastime, I'll have to be honest with you. But it was totally worth it because those luminaries made our little town, our little magical town, even more magical. And just, they lit up a really dark, remote corner of the world. And yeah, that's my memory. The cold and those luminaries lighting up our little town. Merry Christmas, everybody.
And it came to pass on Christmas evening, while the doors were shut tight, outside standing lonely boy child, cold and shivering in the night. Nowhere, nowhere on this street, every window save but one's gleaming bright, and to that window walked the boy child, peeking in some candlelight. Through other windows he had looked at turkeys and ducks and geese and cherry pies, but through this window saw a gray-haired lady, table bare and tears in her eyes. Into his coat reached the boy child, knowing well there was a little there, and he took from his pocket his own Christmas dinner, a bit of cheese, some bread to share. His outstretched hands held the food and they trembled as the door it opened wide. Said he, would you share with me Christmas dinner? Gently said she, come inside. The gray-haired lady brought forth to the table glasses too, and a last drop of wine. Said she, here's a toast to everyone's Christmas, and especially yours and mine. Noel, and it came to pass on that Christmas Eve, while the doors were shut tight, that in that town the happiest Christmas was shared by candlelight. Noel, Noel, Noel.
I'm super excited to introduce our next special guest. She's known for giving back to Maine. She comes back every summer and teaches at Maine State Ballet where she was trained, and what a treat that always was for my daughter who studied there and anybody who is learning dance. You couldn't learn from a better teacher than this incredible woman. The last show I saw on Broadway was Moulin Rouge, and boy am I glad I did. It was spectacular. I was a little bit biased because this woman is incredible in it. So incredible, in fact, that she is a Tony nominee. We're so proud to welcome to our Maine Family Holiday Concert Robin Herder, her equally and talented Broadway star husband Clyde Alves, and known scene stealer, their son Hudson.
Hello, we are the Alves family coming to you from Highland Mills, New York. I graduated Windham High in the year 2000. Yes, 20 years ago. I cannot believe it's been that long. Cutie. I have so many amazing holiday memories and traditions from growing up in the beautiful state of Maine. One of them is being part of the Windham Chamber Singers. Every year we sang the Hallelujah Chorus from Handel's Messiah, and it's one of my favorites. I love it so much. Even though I was technically a soprano in the performance, I would learn every single part. I would learn the alto, the tenor, the bass. I know all the parts. It's such a beautiful memory of mine. Another amazing tradition growing up as a kid that I'm now passing on to this one is that we always used to listen to all the old Christmas songs, and this one happens to be all of our favorites. So I hope you enjoy our rendition of the Christmas song.
Yeah.
All through the year we've waited through spring and fall, to hear silver bells ringing, see winter time bringing the happiest season of all. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire, Jack Frost nipping at your nose, Yuletide carols being sung by a choir, and folks dressed up like Eskimos. Everybody knows a turkey and some mistletoe will help to make the season bright. Tiny tots with their eyes all aglow will find it hard to sleep tonight.
They know that Santa's on his way. He's loading lots of toys and goodies on his sleigh.
And every mother's child is gonna spy to see if reindeer really know how to fly.
And so I'm offering this simple phrase
To kids from 1 to 92.
Although it's been said many times, many ways,
Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas, darling.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Merry Christmas
Merry Christmas
and a Happy New Year.
and Happy New Year. Great.
And
The Maine Christmas song is the story of my childhood growing up in Sydney, Maine. When I was 5 years old, my father died very unexpectedly, leaving my brother and my sister and my mom and myself in rather dire financial straits. And almost immediately, amazing things began to happen. The bank actually forgave the mortgage on our farm. And back in those days, you used to have little charge accounts at the grocery store and at the meat market and at the clothing store and so on. All of those charges were forgiven. And neighbors would drop by almost every day to see what it was that they could do for us. We had a fish man that would come by every Friday and give us fish. We had hunters that would drop by and give us venison. People would give us vegetables. It was always the time when we felt such amazing love and warmth and support from the entire village that it was an incredibly powerful time in my life, and something that I'll never forget, and something that means so much to me. So the Christmas song just was born from that time, and I will always and always remember and have a very warm spot in my heart for Sydney, Maine, and the great state of Maine.
Intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank's sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
Christmas is a time for closeness, and closeness is what Norelco razors are all about.
Perhaps more than any other time of year, this is the season when millions of people discover Polaroid cameras do what no other kind of camera can do.
What's this? Thanks for the milk and cookies, and thanks for the beautiful Polaroid picture. Love, Santa.
Happy holidays from Polaroid.
To teach the world to sing in perfect harmony. I like to buy the world a coat. I keep it company. That's right to everything that we buy. Go around so coat, company. I hope that's right to everything that makes you live the night.
The show will start in 1 minute.
Down through the chimney with lots of toys, all for the little ones' Christmas joys. Ho, 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 who would go? Ho, 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 who would go? Up on the housetop, click, click, click. Down through the chimney with good Saint Nick. Winter, winter, when the snow is softly falling, it's that time of year to spread a bit of cheer. In October and November and December, just remember. Winter, winter, when the cold and winds come calling, by the fireside so bright we'll sleep tonight, safe and warm inside when it's winter. Jingle, 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 jingle bells, jingle bells.
The songs are just exquisite tonight. You all are doing a beautiful, beautiful job. We have another special guest. He is originally from northern Maine. He spent 8 years in the U.S. Air Force as a bandsman. He moved back here in 2003, and before the COVID shutdown, he was one of the busiest working musicians around. We are delighted to have him join us tonight. Please welcome Travis James Humphrey.
Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a winter wonderland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, and then pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. You can do the job when you're in town. Later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid all the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Snowman and pretend that he's Parson Brown. He'll say, are you married? We'll say, no, man. You can do the job when you're in town. And later on we'll conspire as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we made, walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. Walking in a winter wonderland. All right, happy holidays, folks. Thank you very much. Stay safe.
I am so happy to be able to congratulate and introduce and thank the Windham Chamber Singers for the concert that you're putting on this holiday season. I remember 1996 when you won the international prize in Vienna. I was governor at the time, and it was a great feather in Maine's cap. I also want to share a couple of winter memories. One is, well, actually two involve Instagrams that I put up. That's Angus King, Maine, by the way. But one is a photo of the First Parish Church in Brunswick in the first snowstorm of the season with Joshua Chamberlain, and the combination of the beauty of the scene, the winter coming on, and the heroic personage of Joshua Chamberlain really meant a lot to me. But I think my favorite personal winter memory is a tradition in our family. Every year, Molly and I, my daughter Molly, who, I always think of as a little girl, she's now in her 20s. Molly and I always go down to the outdoor Christmas tree place near our house, buy a Christmas tree, and the two of us carry it back up to the house and put it up, and then we trim it, watching White Christmas with Bing Crosby. So you got to have those traditions, and they mean so much, and you mean so much. The Windham Chamber Singers are part of the winter tradition in Maine. Thank you for what you do. Congratulations for making Maine a happy place every Christmas and year-round.
Santa, what's it like at the North Pole right now?
Well, right now inside, it's a beautiful, balmy 70 degrees with the wood fire going. Outside, it's bitterly cold. The reindeer are practicing and getting ready for their long trip.
Well, I'm glad to hear that, Santa, because there are a lot of rumors going around that with everything going on in the world, that Christmas might be canceled. So it sounds like that's not the case.
Oh, no, 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 no. If the biggest snowstorm ever to hit the planet couldn't cancel us and Rudolph got us through, there's no canceling Christmas.
Well, that's really great to hear, Santa. I know a lot of people are going to be excited to hear that. Now, as you might be aware, Maine is going through its bicentennial right now, 2020. What's your favorite memory of coming to Maine?
Oh my goodness, there are so many great memories, but I don't think I could focus in on just one. The great state of Maine is just a wonderful place to be, from the county up north and all the great potatoes and the wonderful people there, right to the lobsters on the coast. Oh my goodness, Santa does love his food.
Now, Santa, I see that I have one of my students who wants to come in and join us on this call. So let me get her in. Santa, this is Denali, and
Hello,
Denali is
Denali.
president of the choir.
Hello. It's
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Merry Christmas.
And I think you know Denali, right, Santa?
I do know Denali. I remember her last year, I believe. I dropped off a Billy Joel album to you.
You did. Thank you so much. I
Well,
really appreciate it.
It's really exciting, Denali, that you could join us. Do you have any questions you'd like to ask Santa?
I do actually. I have one question that I have to know.
Okay.
Do you have a favorite Christmas song?
Oh, no, there's no favorite Christmas song because I like them all. They bring joy to different people all over the world. There's not a bad Christmas song.
Santa, again, I want to thank you for joining us and being a part of our concert. I know how busy you are, but before we let you go, is there any message you'd like to give to the people watching this concert?
Well, with the Christmas holidays upon us and Thanksgiving and everything that's happened and everything that we're going through on the planet right now with COVID and with all of the other challenges that everyone has to face right now, I would say be kind and good to one another.
Well, thank you, Santa. That's great advice. And thank you so much for joining us. And we'll see you on the evening of December 24th.
Some of you who have been to these concerts before know that one of my favorite parts is when I get to read a special children's story. So if you want to take a minute to grab some of the younger siblings, maybe get them away from the PlayStation and up to the screen, and they can enjoy this little moment that is just for them and maybe all of us who are kids at heart, of course. In keeping with the Maine family holiday theme this year, we were so lucky to get permission to share this beautiful story by Dalaf Ipkar, one of my favorites. It's called My Wonderful Christmas Tree, and you'll get a chance to see some of the beautiful illustrations of hers in this story. And it's really a treat for me because I get to say that I am accompanied by the magnificently talented Daniel Strange. Is everybody ready? Here we go. My Wonderful Christmas Tree by Dalaf Ipkar. I looked out my window on Christmas night, and there I saw a most wonderful sight. One shining star, one brilliant light, sparkling, glimmering, gleaming bright, high in my tree on Christmas night, one shining star. I looked out my window on Christmas night, and there I saw a most wonderful sight. Two black bears, velvety black, soft and warm, clinging together against the storm, hugging each other close and tight in a starlit tree on Christmas night. Two black bears. I saw three bobcats with spotted coats, tufted ears, and soft white throats, crouching there in their treetop lair. Wide awake, their gold eyes shine, high in the boughs of the dark green pine, softly purring, whiskers stirring, three bobcats. I saw four porcupines, round black pincushions spiked with spines, prickled and stickled all around, fat and happy and safe and sound, in the dark tree where they like to dine, on shiny, spiny needles of pine, a Christmas dinner that tastes just fine to four porcupines. I saw five raccoons, bold little bandits with neat black masks, clean white hands and clean white feet. They wash their food before they eat. Living high in the tall green tree, this is the place they like to be. Living high near the stars and moon, five raccoons. I saw six snowy owls, soft and light as a drift of snow, spreading their wings to the winds that blow, round eyes gleaming like coins of gold, never minding the winter cold, never minding the wind that howls. Six snowy owls. I saw seven ruffled grouse high in my tree on Christmas Eve, looking like clumps of autumn leaves roosting high in the sighing boughs. This is their own green growing house, dreaming dreams of Christmas morn, of partridge berries and golden corn. Seven ruffled grouse. I saw 8 gray squirrels, small feet frisking, soft tails whisking, leaping and rippling through the tree, dancing a dance so light and free, twirling, swirling like falling leaves, high in my tree on Christmas Eve. 8 gray squirrels. I saw 9 blue jays, bright and blue as a winter day, spreading their tails like Chinese fans, sounding blue notes from their white throats, screeching high shrieks from their black beaks, sassy shrill squawks. That's how jays talk. 9 blue jays. I saw 10 evening grosbeaks, gold and silver shining bright, like ornaments in candlelight, singing songs in my Christmas tree, singing songs for Christmas Eve, songs of moon and stars and night, snowflakes falling soft and white. 10 evening grosbeaks. I saw 11 chipmunks stuffing their cheeks with happy squeaks, gathering pine nuts rich and sweet. That's a chipmunk's Christmas treat. And running up and down their backs, black and white stripes like railroad tracks. 11 chipmunks. I saw 12 chickadees, dressed so neatly in white and gray, like ice and snow on a winter day, all their black caps fitting tight to keep them warm on Christmas night. And they sang their song to me in my wonderful Christmas tree. Chickadee-dee-dee, dee-dee-dee, Merry Christmas to you and me. 12 chickadees. 1 shining star, 2 black bears, 3 bobcats, 4 porcupines, 5 raccoons, 6 snowy owls, 7 ruffled grouse, 8 gray squirrels, 9 blue jays, 10 evening grosbeaks, 11 chipmunks, 12 chickadees, all in my wonderful Christmas tree. Merry Christmas.
As we come to the end of this evening's show, I want to thank you for joining us and for inviting us into your home. Standing inside this auditorium, I'm reminded of the many amazing memories we have of events that took place right on this stage. Hearing Jodie Benson, the voice of Ariel in Disney's Little Mermaid, sing A Part of Your World. When Chelsea Williams, who had just played Millie in Windham High School's production of Thoroughly Modern Millie, joined Susan Egan, who had just played the same role on Broadway. Rachel York's Diva Medley, where she showcased her amazing vocal impressions. This is the stage where we first met Harrison Liberty Strange, and then welcomed him last year as a performer. And it was here that Kim Block invited Nolan Sear to join her in reading the story. Nolan had just completed treatment for cancer, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. Who could forget Mandy Gonzalez and her moving performance of Mary Did You Know? Or two-time Tony Award winner Sutton Foster? Or when Kim Block and I stepped out of our traditional roles and sang a duet together? Or when Ashley showed us that the electric violin is just as cool as the electric guitar? Or when the entire audience joined Noel Paul Stookey for his encore, This Land Is Your Land? Or last year when Norm Lewis appeared for the third time. Since he'd spent so much time here, he was presented an honorary Windham High School diploma. At the time, we had no idea that all of the Windham High School graduates would receive their diplomas in this room, as our traditional graduation ceremony, like so many other things, was canceled. We remember the Q&A sessions with the headliners, a chance for our students to interact and get to know our guests. The anticipation and excitement of counting down the days. The officers dining with our guests. Collaborating with Daniel Strange in his numerous arrangements and compositions for the American Family Holiday concerts. The countless hours of setting up the stage and transforming this room into a magical place. And the hundreds of members of the Windham Chamber Singers who graced this stage and helped to create these memories. These are the memories we have, but also the experiences that we are losing this year. This tradition is too strong to let it go. We will be back on this stage, and you will be back in these seats. Someday soon, this room will again be filled with applause, laughter, and that special magic that we feel this time of year. Until then, be good to each other, be patient, and know that we're all working towards the same goal, the goal of moving beyond this. Stay safe, and thank you for joining us. On behalf of the Windham Chamber Singers, we wish you and yours a joyous season.
Wow, what a special evening and a beautiful concert. It may not be everything you had hoped it would be, especially for the seniors, but just think about how memorable this is and what you accomplished to make it happen, how creative you were, how you challenged yourself, and how beautiful you all sound together, and how you have a chance now to remember this for the rest of your lives. We're so grateful for you giving us this beautiful, beautiful reminder of what the holidays are all about. We needed this, we needed you, and thank you so much. Thank you so much to our special guests, and especially to Dr. Rick Nickerson for all of the years he's given to this program and for making this work in a truly, truly magical way. And now please welcome some very special, special guests as we bring everyone together to sing O Holy Night. Have a beautiful holiday, everyone, and thank you for joining us.
The Jesus lay, and in the silent stillness, the world was changed that day. Oh, come let us adore him, his love will draw us near. The path is straight and narrow, let's keep the message clear.
This has been a Filmways presentation, darling.